Katsotaan, kun se lähtee tosta, niin receiving content. What's up, Fantastics? Aleksi here, bringing you another authentic, fun, and useful video about Finland. And today I'm joined by my good friend Aku. What's up, man? Welcome.
Pretty good.
Welcome to today's show. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Nothing too special.
Okay. So today we are gonna talk about Finnish drinking culture in this live stream, and because there's a lot of social media stuff on, like social media always like promotes that Finns are always like really drunk and and stuff. So today we want to talk about how is the stuff, and also share our own opinions and experiences on this topic. And we have some friends all good. We have also from viewers coming. There's Mea, Jenna, Julia, Harry, HTTAT. Welcome to today's live stream. So, but today let's start a little bit. Let's start with Aku, because you probably haven't seen him on his channel. So can you, Aku, just quickly introduce yourselves in like few sentences?
Few sentences. Okay, this is like the hardest part, like all like this situation. So okay, so what can I say about myself? So I'm Aku. I'm 26 years old. I study in the same facilities as this guy. This place.
Yeah.
Like University of Technology.
Yeah, TUT. Yeah.
Here. So also studying knowledge management. What do I do? I like to play music. I like to listen to music. I like singing. I like working out. I like drinking beer from time to time.
Okay, that's a really good sentence for this one. Yeah, for this video.
Yeah. So like, what else could I say about myself?
Yeah. So we actually know each other from ever since we were kids. Because we are both from Kokkola, and our mothers used to study together. So our moms are friends, and they moved like to Kokkola, and we've been playing a lot of video games, especially. So when like I used to go to Aku's place to play some the latest video games together, and that was a lot of fun. And we still like hang out here and stuff. We're studying together at TUT, so we're still like here stuff. Okay, and everyone can probably hear our stream well. Welcome to this stream. We have people from around the world. Can you also write in the comments where are you watching from this live stream? So okay, so the Finnish drinking culture, as I said, like there's a lot of, especially if you're like from abroad, and you see always like people like this Facebook post that Finns are getting drunk and stuff. But like we're gonna talk about that. I'll just open my notes here. Okay, and let's start with some of my personal experiences. For example, if you're like sometimes in like home parties or house parties where there's a lot of other people there, and well, it's a part of the thing that you get. Where you get some drinks and enjoy beers, ciders, even some strong ones and stuff. But usually, if there's someone who is not drinking or appears to be much sober, people sometimes get called out, like, "Why you're so sober?" And it's kind of because I'm basically personally I don't drink so much alcohol. I like to drink a little bit, but I don't get like wasted and stuff. But here in Finland, it seems to be kind of like a must to become like some level drunk, I think.
Yeah, it's like the social norm.
Yeah,
basically.
So but you think that's you agree with that, or?
Yeah, I agree, and I've actually like had personal experiences. Like from time to time, I get like this feeling like, okay, now I want to be like sober for like a couple of months, like just going, but still like even if I'm sober, I want to be like experiencing like the social life and all that, so going bars and stuff. And like every single time, there's like this like two people who are like, "You're weird. You're so weird. Why don't you drink?" Like it's just so ingrained in the culture. Like if you go out in the evening, you need that beer can or something like that.
Yeah. And like for example, I sometimes go to nightclubs, and one of the favorite things in nightclubs is to talk to people and dance and do kind of this stuff. But like sometimes when you talk to, let's say, some girls or guys as well, and they kind of notice that you're not too drunk or you're like is like kind of too sober. They must like, hey, how much have you been drinking today? Like you look so sober. And so it's kind of funny that you're actually having fun in like a
Mm,
club or a bar
yeah.
when you're like
Yeah,
sober.
yeah. Who would have thought you could have fun without drinking? That's a new one.
And it's also kind of interesting that in Finland alcohol is pretty expensive, but Finns still think that it's really like important part of like going
Mm,
out or having
yeah.
fun or so it's interesting that we don't really care about the price as long as we kind of get drunk and
Yeah. It's like people view it as a worthy investment.
yeah,
Yeah, basically.
right. And I would also like to hear how the drinking culture is in your country. You can join in the comments and join the conversation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what I have in the notes. Okay, well, like, for example, the university is a good example. Like, well, we've been in the
Yeah.
university for like 5 6 years already. So,
Mm,
but the thing is, like, from the first year, starting from the first year, we're getting the events and the activities. Quite many of them actually involve some sort of like drinking or
yeah.
kind of drinking
Yeah.
activities, and it seems to be like a part of the thing. And usually, if there's like if you're not that much into drinking, then you might kind of a little bit maybe left out or feel a little bit left out.
Yeah. It's basically like either you're in the party or you're not in the party. It's like,
Yeah, so it's kind of
uh,
weird that you actually get kind of uh, you how would you say bus get kind of like a butt feel kind of feel a little bit like a buzzkill if you don't
yeah.
drink, and that's kind of weird, like because you know
Yeah, people are gonna assume you're like heavily religious or something, like if you don't like going out there and getting wasted all the time.
yeah, and even if it is okay not to drink, but people start maybe kind of form this kind of impressions about like Aku just said, like maybe he's like or he or she is religious or he
Mm.
has some other like principle behind his or behind his or him or her. So it's kind of interesting there why it
Yeah.
happens. All right. Okay, we have people from Brazil. Best wine, the Molotov cocktail. All right, Germany. We have a lot of Finns here watching from Helsinki. That's awesome.
Wow, some
In
people.
Germany, in Germany, there's a simple out of the have to drink situation. Just claim you're driving the night. Okay, well that's actually something that yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I've also used that maybe once in my life, just to avoid the kind of like well you're not drinking. I'm just a driver, and that's usually the
Uh,
thing. So
I would use that if like I had a driver's license or something.
oh yeah,
It just
okay,
feels for me it feels so weird. Like I'm driving tonight because I've never driven a car in my life, but it's a
yeah,
topic for a whole nother time.
okay. Okay, I don't really drink, but I'm still going to watch it. Okay, that's good that we have. Yeah, it's like, yeah, drinking is kind of like a big thing, and like I would say also that if you come to Finland and you get into like hangouts with Finns and stuff, that you probably might then see at some point that they get like really intoxicated, even with like guests and stuff, because it's just like a big thing,
Yeah.
some sort of. I don't know
Yeah.
really why, and if there's also Finnish people here watching, like you can also share some insights like about our drinking culture. Would love to hear some opinions on that.
Mm.
Oh, we have Sir John Wins. What's up?
John
John is
wins.
like one of my. He's always like watching and commenting. He like shout out to
Okay.
John. Okay.
Always commenting and winning.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. You heard Aku what he says. Okay. So we have 14 people. That's really nice. We have 10 minutes in. Um. Yeah. What did I? Where's my notes again? Okay, my laptop is just lagging. Like oh shit.
Uh,
So much awesomeness going on in this.
in that chat room.
Yeah. So, but also, I was sometimes wonder like why, why do we actually have to drink so much, or why is alcohol so important? And maybe some of you know if you know from the history, like when was it again? Was the law that forbid all alcohol?
I
What do
think
you
it
call it?
was. hell. Like I think was it early 30s or
Yeah,
something. Like
1930 something.
yeah, it was like 10 years after the one in like America. They also had like
Right.
they banned all alcohol and
Yeah, that
sort
when
of stuff. So
so we sometimes I'm wondering like maybe the reason was that because in the history the alcohol was banned completely, and you know how human nature works, that if you ban something or make something out of reach, you actually become more interested in. So well, that's just one really kind of theoretical thing, but yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
What?
but that can't be the sole reason. I think it might also be like the cold climate. Like we don't get enough vitamin D from the sun, so we get depressed, and then we have to like really relieve our anxieties and
Well, that could
stuff.
be one reason also, because actually we are living probably the gloomiest time of the year, because it's like late autumn. Like there was actually snowing a little bit, but the temperature's dropping drastically, and people are feeling like
Yeah,
gloomy
I
and
I
stuff.
actually wonder, is there data out there that like would show that people drink more during winter than
Maybe we
summer?
should check that
Because
out.
that would be pretty interesting
Yeah,
hypothesis.
yeah. Well, it could be, and well, people still go to bars and clubs in the winter as well. But obviously in the summer it's much better because you don't have to wear so much clothes, and it's much easier and
Mm.
more comfortable to go around. And
Yeah, yeah, you don't need to, like the what's it called, like the you don't need as much alcohol to get going because the sun is already doing it for you. So
yeah,
like
yeah,
in the
yeah,
summer,
right.
so yeah.
And also, like in Finland, you have to be 18 years old to be able to buy alcohol or also like drink, I guess
Yeah,
you could say that.
yeah.
But I think when I was in school, or when we actually went to different schools, like in the lower levels, but I
Yeah,
think
high school we were in,
yeah,
so
high school, yeah. So I think like in my case, I saw like my classmates, or I heard like stories that they started drink around 15 years old, and I think Finnish like kids start drinking quite early.
yeah,
I would
I
say.
think that's been the case, but I think there's actually studies showing that it's declining. Like the current generation is actually like smarter
Okay.
than we were, but like yeah, still, yeah. I don't know. I think it's like culture, climate, attitudes. They're like all feeding on
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other
There's
and
of course that's maybe
create this
yeah.
atmosphere where drinking is cool
Mm,
and the
e-
thing to do.
exactly. Yeah. And that's actually a really fun story also, because I started my school a year later than normally. So I also turned 18 a year earlier than my classmates. So some people started to ask me to buy then some alcohol,
Yeah,
because they were still 17, they couldn't buy, but I was able to buy. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
got many requests like, can you buy me some beer? So
Actually, I remember you bought me beer one time.
oh, right. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. Let's not tell anyone. Okay, yeah, okay. But yeah, it's like the interest is really high, in like, well, maybe it's in other countries. Would like to hear some comments on your countries as well. But yeah, it's interesting. Okay, let's read some comments here. Oh, we have one from Kobe. Konnichiwa. Hello. Moi Aleksi always make interesting videos and streams. I do have an experience during Christmas dinner with my parents' work. I get a little drunk during the dinner. Okay, yeah, like getting a little bit tipsy is of course fine, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of these cases. Like every time when you go to clubs, you always see those people who drink too much. They get kicked out from the
Mm.
clubs or bars, or police. Even police comes take them to
Yeah,
jail.
because they're starting to become violent and.
Yeah, like there's we could even make like, maybe a video like different kinds of Finnish people. What
Different,
happens when they get drunk?
yeah, like different like states of drunkenness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Finland edition. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Alexa, you drink more beer. Well, maybe we should do like a beer stream sometime.
Is that like you should drink more beer, or is that?
I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Marina Twitter says, similar to Irish drinking culture, the pub is main place for people to socialize. It makes it easier for people to talk to each other. Yeah, and it's also interesting that you brought this social aspect, Marian, because like many say that to make Finnish people social, you need to give the magic potion called beer or alcohol in general. And I guess it's true. You know,
Yeah.
many times, like if you watch the video where I interviewed Finnish girls about Tinder, that was during a big student event which involved a lot of drinking. So, and we didn't get even rejected once with our YouTube stuff because everyone was like so social and talking because they had been drinking and it was a lot of fun. Like if Finland was every day like that, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, not drunk, but
Well,
like social. In
awesome, but not maybe not that productive in workforce. But
Yeah. All right. Let's see more comments. Peter Peterman, MH, but pubs in Finland are different to pubs in Ireland. Probably, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, actually talking about pubs, there's like this thing in Finland that like beer and alcohol is like super expensive in clubs and bars. So people actually like get super wasted at home before going to bars.
Actually,
That's
yeah.
actually like a key part to this whole.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, if you think about how like a Finnish bar night, like what's the flow chart? So Finns start like heavy pre-parties at home, like because it's much cheaper to buy the beers slash ciders, long drinks at home from like a grocery store, supermarket. Then get drunk at home, get going, and then they usually go to clubs around 12 or 1, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
Depends.
because it's so much more expensive to drink at the clubs. But if you think about it, and so if you just go to the bar for, because the clubs have to close at least 3:30 in Finland. So if you go to the club around 1, you can stay there around two 2.5 hours. You pay like 12 euros for entrance fee and the check-in fee, and then you have to get back. You get maybe using a taxi or bus, whatever. So it actually doesn't give so much value for the money.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think.
this. Like people think they're saving money when in actuality they're just. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Let's see what we have here. For your information, aku in Malay national language means I and me. Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay.
interesting.
Good stuff.
I know, like in Japanese, aku means like evil or something. Right?
Yeah. That's true. That's interesting.
Uh,
Harry, how do you pronounce his name? Harry Hitit. Is it like HTT? Okay.
it's like silent H or something.
I heard in Russia wine was considered a beverage until 2011. Okay, I didn't know that. In Norway, we do have something called Vorspiel, German for
Foreplay.
yeah, and Nachspiel for afterplay. In Norway, it's so expensive that we have to drive to the Finland, Sweden to get cheaper alcohol. Ah, yeah, okay.
Okay, so we're like the what Estonia is to Finland. Finland is to Norway. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's interesting.
right. Okay, we have some good comments. Keep up the good comments, and remember, there's also a super chat opportunity. So if you find some value out of my channel and videos, consider doing a super chat. You can do it in the chat option. Okay, and yeah, actually, talking about expensive alcohol, many people go usually to Estonia to get to buy cheaper alcohol because it's much cheaper, like much cheaper. But I actually heard that they had like a pretty big rise on the prices. There was like some tax, like they made
Yeah,
some.
rise of prices and they're like constantly like adding like heavier and heavier limits, like how much alcohol you can actually bring abroad and
Right, yeah.
stuff. So it's like
So there's actually even a possibility that you can offer like place an order from the Estonian the Super Alko is name of the place, and you can place an order online. And do they even like bring it to the Helsinki or to
no, not Helsinki, to the port. I'm not sure
to the
actually.
to that port, I think, and then you can just collect it there and get back to Helsinki if you want. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting.
That's pretty weird.
Okay, do we have more comments here? It's pronounced Harry Hesses. Hesses.
Heses, like
Heses.
feces,
Okay,
I don't know.
we're practicing some pronunciation here as well. Okay, let's open my. Olikohan mulla tässä vielä muuta?
What else do we have here?
Finnish drinking culture. Can you let us know how old you have to be in order to buy alcohol from anywhere or like get alcohol? Because in Finland it's 18 and in some countries it's different. So I would like to hear what what how old you have to be to in order to buy alcohol.
And also, do we have a limit for like strong liquor, right? Like 20 or something.
Yeah, okay. So we have also another like you have to be 18 years old to buy just like regular beer, cider, long drink, and if you want to buy stronger ones, I think it's 21% or
Yeah, 21%.
then you have to be 20, which 21,
20, I think.
20 or 21. Okay, if there's any Finnish people, can you please correct?
I'm not sure. It's been such a long time.
Yeah, so you need a little bit. You have to get older to get the strongest stuff or strongest stuff here. Question. Let's see. Typhoon is coming, so gales are blowing. Yeah. I heard this in Japan. I think there was some sort of typhoon.
Yeah, typhoon. Yeah.
Question: is there things that are only being consumed during specific reasons?
What? Specific seasons.
Seasons. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there? I don't know.
And consume. Well, in winter we have like glöggi, like the different.
Yeah. Actually, that's true. But glöggi on itself is not like alcohol, but we usually put some vodka.
This is like this berry juice that you put vodka in it.
Yeah, but it's actually really good. I think I'm gonna make a video about some Christmas stuff because, well, it's a little bit more like 1.5 months till we get into Christmas. So yeah, glöggi is one, but I don't know. Like in terms of alcohol, we probably don't have. I guess maybe
No, not really.
Yeah. The only thing that comes to my mind is that in club, like in bars, um, you can drink outdoors, like in the outdoor areas, but they don't. I don't think there's like a specific season special drinks or
Seasonal
something.
drinks.
Can you please tell me about Winter War history? Well, we can do a separate video about that later. Yeah.
Winter War. Yeah, that's you could have like a 10 hours live stream out of that.
Yeah. Vorspiel to get a little drunk before going on Nashville because it's closing earlier and it gets closing around 2. Nashville for the one who get more drunk after closing. Yeah, it's like after party. I think especially at the university life, it's pretty popular to after the clubs close go to after party somewhere. And actually TUT is a special university because you can also if there are some people with you who can access the club and guild rooms, you can go do an after party there.
Yeah,
I've done like a few times.
Go and pass out at the school.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've always wondered like how some people can party like till the morning, like till 7 or 8, and
with some practice it's possible, but
but I've never managed to do it.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah, I have never managed to really do it because the next day is going to be complete waste because you'll be so tired usually.
Next day and even 2 if you're
if
you're really into the harvest.
Whole weekend.
Whole week, yeah.
Okay, Peterman's Germany have to be 16 for beer. Oh, that's much younger. You don't have to be 18 for everything else. Clara says 18 up to 22 and 20 for the rest. That's kind of the same, I think, as in Finland.
Probably. Yeah, that's actually really similar.
Yeah. I'm going to Turku this year. See you there. Oh, Turku. Yeah, Turku is considered like a, there's some kind of rivalship between Tampere and Turku, but Turku is a nice place.
Yeah, it's actually like so cool.
Aku should be a mime here in Paris.
Why should I be a mime? Like, are my hands like, like, is this like mimery?
That's a funny comment of the day. Okay, 18 for everything in Ireland. You can only buy alcohol in the shop between 10 a.m. That's the same, yeah. We have 9 and 9, I think.
Yeah, 9.
Only
nine.
that one day of the year you can't buy any alcohol. Good Friday during Easter. Oh, really? That's interesting.
I think we can buy beer year round.
Yeah, because we have like these smaller shops open like all day or
Yeah.
like every day, so you can get some stuff there. Sure.
Gas stations and that sort of stuff.
Good Friday. Okay, there is an alcohol purchase limitation in grocery after 20 o'clock or something. Okay. In which country is that, by the way? If you can also write that.
YYZ.
YYZ. Okay, good comments. Really good stuff. Um, yeah, it just came to my mind about how, for example, at the university, how the student culture introduces alcohol. And for example, before I studied in TUT, I was in University of Jyväskylä, and they also have had a lot of like freshman activities, and there was a this kind of opening event for freshmen where we were kind of chained or put like in teams of 8, and we were kind of chained from the hands. It was like a zombie theme. We had to dress up as zombies, and then we had to go like around the city and do some interesting tasks. And from every like checkpoint, depending how well you did, you got like this homemade wine in your like this kind of container.
Yeah.
So, and that was, for example, one checkpoint where was this like a carousel and in a park, and we were all put there, and we were given like a bottle of wine, and they started to spin the thing, and we had to like try to empty the bottle as fast as possible, and you had to pass it to someone else.
During the carousel ride.
Yeah, and it was like spinning. It's like, whoa, that's crazy.
So
And
it sounds like
like
Vomit City.
Vomit City. Yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, there's all sorts of messed up student parties or like that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and well, my personal opinion is that I don't really like going. The fun part about the drinking, heavy drink, is that it makes people more social, which is like a bit different than normal, because Finns are kind of like shy and a bit reserved. But the flip side is that I don't really like it that much because it's a waste of money because it's expensive, a waste of your liver too, and you also waste your following days because you have like a big fat hangover. But of course, well, people have their reasons to drink, and but it's just surprised me every time that how like a big thing it is, to get drunk.
Yeah.
I think that's so. Okay, we can take a few more questions, and then I think we'll wrap up this live stream. Let's see, we have
Yeah.
bro, you can just buy it. They block that section of the shop. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Like
Well, actually, even here we like put like this.
yeah, like in Arkiosk, for example, they lock the
Like
section. Yeah.
sections and like put over this.
Okay, legal drinking age here is 21. Okay. Final conclusion: Aleski is a secret Hollywood actor. Aku is a Finnish mime. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
That is a pretty accurate analysis.
Yeah. Forgot to mention 86 in Norway. Vin monopoly. Ah, yeah, alcohol in Finland. Same in Norway. When you get alcohol in the system, you're more social. Yeah, it's actually many in the northern countries. There's like this alcohol monopoly. Like Finland is Alko,
And then
Norway
Systembolaget.
in Sweden, and this was Vin monopoly. Yeah, 18 years old to buy a cigarette lighter. Okay. So this was a live stream about some Finnish drinking culture, just covering a little bit general stuff. And thanks for all these awesome comments you got. And remember to subscribe if you haven't joined the Fantastic Squad, because that's where the awesome and fantastic people hang out, And also big thanks for Aku for joining us our live stream here. And
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
and let's give a big shout out to Aku. And do you have some Instagram profile or something which you can tell you to follow?
No, I don't want any more followers.
No, Aku has enough
I'm
followers.
shy. I'm Finnish.
Okay, but huge thanks to Aku for joining, and we have a new video next Tuesday again. So remember to subscribe so you'll be part of that. You get to see the video. So see you in the next video. So, moro.
But
Okay, stop streaming.